Again, I know you're a kid. That's very insensitive, Ron. How's it going, YouTube lovers? This is the Builder. I'm here. Welcome back to another video where today I'm doing the reaction video. Today I'm reacting to the official teaser for Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. That's right. This is the first teaser for the reboot of Harry Potter, where they're doing it as a TV series on HBO Max instead of a series of movies. I have very mixed feelings going into this. I grew up watching these movies. I read the books at the same time as I was watching the movies. I love this franchise. I'm not a diehard, like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed, I need to see everything. I only saw the first Fantastic Beasts movie, and apparently I didn't miss much. But these movies hold a special place in my heart. I have very vivid memories of watching the originals when they came out, and I'm nervous about this because this is one where I'm like, it feels inevitable that they were going to do this, but I hope they can do a good job. But there's just the problem is that there's massive shoes to fill of all the actors, you know, that came before all of this cast. Because yes, I know they're like, oh, it's not fair to compare, especially the child actors, like not fair to compare. And for the child actors, yes, it's not fair, but people are gonna compare. That's just going to be part of it. It's still fresh on everyone's minds. People still rewatch those movies annually, if not more often. So I'm not one of those people. I'm not. But yeah, I'm nervous about this, but I am curious. One thing I'm hoping with the longer runtime of a show compared to a movie is that they'll be able to adapt more of the book and keep it more aligned with the story of the book, because the first couple movies do an okay job of that, but then it really starts going a little bit astray with only just a basic idea held on. So I'm curious how this show is going to handle that. So let's go ahead and jump into this reaction and see what it has to offer.
I told you.
Okay. Get boy under the cupboard. Cupboard under the stairs.
You're a normal boy. And you're going to start acting like one.
Oh, so we actually get to see a bit of... I see the scar right there already.
You think you're something special? There is nothing special.
Yeah, doing that with the scissors, definitely not disturbing at all.
You.
The cupboard under the stairs. All right.
I've always wanted to know about my parents.
At least he's properly British.
Your parents were the kindest, bravest people I ever met.
Oh, there's Hagrid.
Funny and clever.
I will say the hair on Hagrid looks a little... like, it looks like a wig. It looks like fake hair and beard.
We'll be in Hogwarts.
Oh, that our first look at Ron and the rest of the Weasleys there. Oh, there's McGonagall. Okay. Oh, the Sorting Hat. Okay.
I think we can expect great things from you.
Oh, I guess that's supposed to be Ollivander. The visuals, I have to say, like the set design looks really good. Oh, the Nimbus 2000. Okay.
Who you are.
I do think, like, weren't they using some of the same sets for some of this, though? So maybe that's why some of it looks so good.
Are you really Harry Potter?
Oh, because of the lightning bolt on his head? Again, I know you're a kid. That's very insensitive, Ron. Comes out in Christmas. Okay. Yeah, I wish I could say I would have a bigger reaction to this. It just kind of, yeah, it looks like a TV show version of stuff we've already seen. Like a good quality TV show with a decent budget, but still a TV show of stuff we've already seen, and it's still, I was going to say fresh in everyone's mind. Those movies are old now, aren't they? Oh gosh. But yeah, no, I wish I could have had a bigger reaction to some of that stuff, but it was more just like, oh, that's what this version of the character looks like. Oh, that's what this version of the character looks like. there really wasn't much in that teaser, I feel like, that really wowed me. Again, like I say, like, oh, some of the set design and visuals look really cool, but I also think that they filmed a bunch of stuff at the same castle that they filmed the movies at, so of course it looks similar. But yeah, again, I wish that teaser wowed me a little bit more. You know, I mean, this is like a global phenomenon franchise, just from as a book series, even before the movies. So yeah, I was a little underwhelmed by the teaser, I guess I would say. I didn't hate it, but I was just underwhelmed. Let's actually, because I was talking about the visuals, let's go ahead and get to the breakdown so we can take a closer look at all the stuff going on there, because most of that was things that we saw before and are very familiar, just with a different coat of paint. All right, let's get a good look at this trailer and all the stuff going on here. Okay, so yeah, here's the Dursleys' house with the staircase and the cupboard where Harry lives underneath it because his aunt and uncle are awful. So we actually get to see, it looks like, a little bit more of Harry in school being bullied for being, I'm assuming, different because, he's a wizard. You're a wizard, Harry. Man, I want to go back and watch the movies now. That's the unfortunate thing. This trailer did not make me want to watch the show. It made me want to go back and watch the movies. That's the unfortunate thing about this teaser. But in this one, like, we really saw mainly like it was just a family trip to the zoo and stuff. We didn't see any really school stuff with Harry, so I guess we're getting a little bit of that here. I was going to say, they got the attitudes right for the Dursleys. That's from just this little bit we saw right here, especially Petunia. Yeah, Mr. H. Potter, the cupboard under the stairs, 4 Privet Drive. Oh, gosh. That is a familiar sight. I'm curious about this series, but this trailer did not hook me. So like, it shows that shot, like, you're thinking, like, oh, he must be on the Hogwarts Express, he's on a train. No, he's on, like, a subway, because he hasn't gotten to the actual train station for Hogwarts yet. Yeah, again, Hagrid, he seems, warm and kind as you'd expect Hagrid to be with Harry, but the hair, I think it looks better here than it did in that first image that they released of him, because I think the lighting really helps, but the hair looks like a fake beard and a wig. It doesn't look like this is naturally this man's hair. I am curious if they're going to use some, like, forced perspective stuff with him. I would assume so. The same kind of forced perspective camera work they used in, like, the Lord of the Rings movies with the hobbits, but instead the other way around to make Hagrid look larger, because, he is half giant. And again, there's that scar on his head. Was that an ad? Was that a product placement right off the bat? Yep, it was. Product placement right there. Oh, there's Hedwig. I didn't even notice Hedwig in the cage right there. Yay. Oh, that makes me sad now because of Deathly Hallows. So many people and animals died in those movies. Okay, so that right there must be Mrs. Weasley. And obviously that's Ron right there. And I believe, yeah, there we go. We can see the reflection that Ginny is over there as well. Again, that is the character I'm probably most curious about how they're going to adapt for this. Like, she's a very small role. She's like only in the first season of this show for sure. She'll only be like at the beginning and maybe at the very end if they do a family reuniting on the train at the end. But if the show keeps going, which I feel like it probably will, if the show keeps going, I'm very curious how they're going to do Ginny's character, because that is one thing the movies, for all the good it did, one character that they completely screwed up was Ginny. And again, not the actress's fault at all. That was absolutely the writer's fault. But that's why I'm curious, like, if they keep this going, are they going to go, I really hope they go more into book accurate instead of just remaking the movies. That's the thing. If you're remaking something that was already based on a book, I already expressed this opinion when I reacted to the How to Train Your Dragon trailer for the live action remake. I much prefer a live action remake to, instead of being a remake of the original movie, I want a remake instead to be more of an adaptation of the book. Like use like, oh, we weren't very book faithful last time. Let's try to fix that. That is the one hope I have for this being a series, is that maybe they can make themselves stand apart from the movies by being more faithful to the books. Again, it's still going to feel very similar for the first one, because the first, especially 2 movies, I feel like were very similar to the books. But they start diverging a bit more after that. Yep, there's the Hogwarts Express and everything. Again, a lot of these filming locations I'm pretty sure are the same. So, okay, welcome to Hogwarts, first years. I'm trying to see, is this the same? Like, it's hard to tell. Some of those other shots later, like with the hallways, definitely look like the same set. I think they used the same castle for at least huge chunks of it. Okay, so this is McGonagall. This looks pretty good. I like the glasses are a little bit bigger than I would expect, but you know, pretty good style. The show definitely has a style that it's going for, and I think it's working overall. Yeah, we got the sorting hat right there. Okay, that is all Ollivander talking. That's an interesting look for Ollivander. I think that works. And there's his wand. I want to get a good look at it. Okay, it does look like a new prop. I was curious if they reused some of the props, genuinely. I was genuinely curious about it because I know the wands and the details were such a big deal in how they were unique to each wizard. I used to have a pen. Do I still have it over here? No, I don't. I used to have a pen that came with the box DVD set for Deathly Hallows Part 1. Yes, DVD, not Blu-ray. I didn't have a Blu-ray player at the time. I don't even know if they were really common yet. Or if they were even out, actually. But it was a box DVD set, special edition of Deathly Hallows Part 1. And it had a pen in it where it looked like Harry's wand, and then you would take it apart and like flip the stick around and put it back on the handle, and then that would be the pen on the end. Very, cruel to do that in the box set of the movie where the wand breaks. Okay, this is one of the lecture halls in Hogwarts. I'm assuming that up there is supposed to be, is this going to be history of Hogwarts? Because I see a castle up there. Maybe it's going to be explaining, like, this is the scene where we get exposition about the founders and more about, like, who they were and stuff like that to establish the world a bit more. Okay, go back. I'm assuming that this is Malfoy. White blonde hair, clearly Slytherin based on the ties right there. Yeah, this hallway right here. This is filmed in the original castle. I recognize that the pillars on the side anywhere. I'm guessing this is Crabbe and Goyle with him as well. And what was her name? I do not remember her name. There was that girl Slytherin lackey. Oh my gosh. Because the main thing with the trio, it was like 2 opposing trios most of the time. So more of a side character before. I don't remember. But I'm assuming again, Malfoy, Crabbe, and Goyle. Yep, Nimbus 2000. Hey, it comes in a nice, branded box this time. I like that. So all the different broom styles here. Oh, that's interesting how that one's actually shaped. Like the one on the left is shaped like it has rocket fins on it. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, the greenhouse. Yep. What was that scene where they're running? I'm not sure what this scene is supposed to be. Of course, you have to have the snow time at Hogwarts. That's a must. There's a little bit more of Hagrid right there. Okay. Again, I'm assuming they're going to use forced perspective when he's talking to the kids. Okay, I think that's Snape sneaking around. This is probably when he's checking on the 3-headed dog, Fluffy. And the kids are probably spying on him and totally misunderstanding the situation because that's pretty much all of the first book. Oh, is this Dumbledore? Interesting hat choice, good sir. I like it. I mean, Yeah, that looks good. Again, the beard and hair looks really good there, which is why I feel like Hagrid stands out a little bit more to me. Again, maybe it stands out to me more because I saw the behind the scenes picture where it really looked like it was just taped on his head. It does look better in the trailer, I will say. And here's the trio getting together for the first time. Again, that's an interesting thing to end on for this trailer. I wish that it gave me more of an emotional impact, but like I said, this teaser really just made me want to watch the movies again instead of watching this show when it comes out. I'll probably check it out. And I do want to point out the fact that they actually went ahead and called it the Philosopher's Stone, which is, you know, what the original book was called, but it just makes me think of the whole Philosopher's Stone versus Sorcerer's Stone because apparently Americans are too dumb to know what Philosopher is. So I just think it's fun seeing it actually, you know, marketed to an American audience as the Philosopher's Stone for once, which is pretty fun. But anyway, like I said, I think that my main feeling after this teaser is just feeling underwhelmed. I didn't get really there were no like big sweeping shots of the castle to show its majesty. We didn't really get any kind of glimpse of a spell being cast other than like Lumos from Snape. I wish there was some better like money shot at the end of the trailer that was like having the, you know, the trio together makes sense, but the trailer needed a little more oomph, I feel like. I think that was its main issue. So there you have it. That was my reaction to the official teaser for Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Season 1 of the Harry Potter reboot. Like I said, I want this to like do the right thing and follow the books more is my hope for it. And it might do that, and there is not enough in this teaser to go off of to say that it's going to do otherwise. But I don't know. Like I said, it's just kind of a meh teaser. I didn't feel inspired. I didn't feel in awe. I didn't feel any kind of emotion really watching this. And again, I grew up watching these, so I feel like I should have more of an emotional attachment to this. Also, I will say, looking at the logo as it's still sitting on my screen right now, it looks a little basic. I don't know. It seems a little crude almost, the way the logo is put together. Like, I think it's supposed to be like a bit of whimsy, like maybe he actually as a young boy wrote his name out this way, and maybe that's what they're going for, but I just don't think it really works as a logo. I don't know, it feels a little like soft pliable metal that wasn't quite finished in the forge. You know what I mean? Probably not. But yeah, I want this show to do well in the sense that it actually does a good job adapting the book material, like in terms of like characters' personalities and what plot points it hits and the pacing of it. That's what I really hope for the show. And I know that we weren't going to get that feeling from a teaser, but I still felt kind of underwhelmed. It's just unfortunate, but well, I'll definitely watch another trailer when it comes out to hope that it gives a better impression of the show, but I'm just not impressed right now. Which I think that's all I get. My final review of the trailer. Not really impressed. But anyway, that's good for this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Please drop a like and comment down below if you did. Or subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye, guys!